All right, welcome everyone to this beautiful, welcome to my channel, to this beautiful series that we're going through. Let me ask you a question, okay? Have you ever felt that, even when someone loves you, even when they've been with you for a very long time, still you feel that it's never enough? Or you keep checking, waiting, overthinking, and fear that they will leave, right? So if this sounds familiar, give me familiar in the comments below. Because today we are going to discuss about anxious attachment, right? Anxious attachment. So what it is going to help you with is we're going to understand where is it coming from, right? We're going to understand that it's not a character flaw. It's not neediness. It is basically while growing up, your nervous system uh, set out for that, and it's your nervous system searching desperately for a safety it never fully received in not just your childhood but in your entire life, right? So it is not love, right? It's your nervous system searching for safety it never received. So that's what we're going to discuss today. We're not just going to understand anxious attachment, but we are going to process it. We are going to rewire it. Okay. So let's begin. Okay. Let's begin. First, let's understand what is this anxious attachment loop. Okay. Let me quickly share my screen with you all. What is this anxious attachment loop? The and this, this begins with our childhood emotional neglect. Somewhere in your childhood, you you were not given that importance. You were not given that love, and you felt your needs were neglected. Your needs, your desires, your wants were ignored. And because of that, what happened? It turned into hyper-vigilance, right? What do you mean by hyper-vigilance? Meaning there is a constant fear of abandonment, right? When there is a constant fear of abandonment, what happens is we are constantly searching, or we're constantly, our nervous system is constantly wanting to find a reason whether this person will leave me or not, right? So there, that becomes hyper vigilance. You're constantly checking on your partner's phone number, whether they are cheating on you, whether they are doing anything, right? That's hyper vigilance. It turns into reassurance seeking, where we constantly keep seeking that reassurance from our partner that, oh, will you not leave me? Will you leave me? We are constantly in that doubt loop, right? Doubt breeds doubt, and that's where we are constantly stuck. And that reassurance seeking turns into partner withdrawal, meaning that before anybody rejects me, I reject myself. That is partner withdrawal, where you are you're automatically withdrawing from your own partner, right? So that's what happens. And now let's understand, where is this coming from? What is the root cause of this particular anxious attachment? Okay, the root cause is definitely in childhood emotional neglect. It is not always dramatic or obvious. Okay, it's not always dr- uh, you know uh, filled with drama, but it may have happened so that, if you were told that stop crying, you're too sensitive, you're too much, shut up. When you were constantly told to shut your own emotions, where you had emotionally unavailable parents, you felt that love was always conditional on performance, where if you performed well, only then you were appreciated or acknowledged. Or when your feelings were dismissed or ignored, where you were told that, your feelings are invalid, that is when we feel emotional neglect, right? And what happened when during these moments, what happened? What did the child learn? The child learned that my emotions are not safe to express. I am not safe to express my emotions here. I don't even know my emotions. Love is unpredictable, and it can disappear if you do not perform. And that's the reason most of the high performers today, they just keep performing. They just keep performing with a hope that someone will appreciate them, someone will see them, right? And in that quest of seeking that love, that attention, we tend to lose ourselves. Okay, so if this is connecting with you, this feels connected, do let me know in the comments. Okay. Then what happens is we feel that I must earn connection to keep it. Okay, I must do something for the other person to be loved. Okay, so that is a classic case where we give and we give and we give without realizing that we have literally burnt out in the process of giving, right? And we've also become bitter in the process, right? Then there is a feeling, or that there is that emotion where maybe I'm not enough, right? And that particular belief, that particular pattern stayed with you. Even today, it is driving you, right? So today we are going to understand how we can calm our nervous system. Because see, understand this one thing, okay? I always give this example of the rubber band, right? And what happened as a child? What did we learn as a child is that you know however we were handled, um, that is how our nervous system learned to stay in that particular state. So if we had childhood emotional neglect, automatically already our nervous system is automatically stressed, right? Because the nervous system is constantly trying to prove or see something external, right? And when your emotions were not held, what ended up happening was that your nervous system learned to choose safety outside, meaning that safety is somewhere outside me. I cannot feel safe if uh, I cannot feel safe internally. Everything is external, everything is outside, out there, right? My happiness is out there, my money is out there, my work is out there. So we forget the one system that is keeping us alive. We forget that system, right? It's internal, your nervous system, which is trained, which is rewired or wired for survival and not for success. And that is the reason what happens is we constantly keep on attracting difficult situations in our life. So if this is connecting with you, do let me know in the comments, right? So what happens is most of the times these are the healing conversations that we have, that anxious attachment is not just an emotional pattern. You see that it's not just in our mind, right? It is in our body. So when we say when we talk about inner child healing, when we talk about nervous system regulation, it's not just your mind getting rewired. It's not just your mind, but your body, but your environment, but your ecosystem. And then comes your drive to fulfill your own purpose. So there are 5D framework that I specifically I'm going to take you through, right? So it's not just an emotional pattern, it is a biological survival response encoded in your body. And that's the reason we emphasize a lot on somatic healing, we emphasize a lot on shadow work, where the mind and body integration can happen, right? So what your nervous system actually does, number one is it is constantly scanning for signs of abandonment, right? When we feel abandoned, when we are constantly in that anxiousness of maybe this person will leave me, that is where our nervous system is dysregulated, right? It interprets natural or neutral behavior as rejection. So whenever someone is being natural towards you or being neutral towards you, you start feeling that, oh, maybe that person is rejecting me, maybe this person is not liking this, maybe this person, we keep giving meaning to what is happening around us. So what happens is the event happens with us, it turns into, so that event, after that event is occurred, what happens is we start giving meaning to that event, right? And the moment we start giving meaning to that event, an emotion arises. We start giving emotion to that particular event, whether I should feel sad about this particular situation. Someone said something to me. Do I judge that other person, that, this person is always talking to me like this? What is the meaning that I'm giving to that particular event? Is it that I feel disrespected in this moment, so I'll naturally be feeling sad, right? And if someone said something to me and I felt really good about myself, I will be happy. So, what is the meaning that I'm giving to every event that happens in my life? That is what nervous system is constantly looking out for, right? It stays in your low grade state of threat alert, fight and flight or freeze response, right? When we are in our trauma response, we are constantly stressed out. Our nervous system is constantly stressed out. It fires stress hormones at relationship cues, right? So it's constantly reacting, right? The physical symptoms that you may have experienced during a fight or flight or freeze response is you feel that tightness in your chest, you start shallow breathing, there is some restlessness or inability to share, right? There's a lot of dhak dhak that is happening, right? Urgency to reach out or check in. So it's like I want to, maybe I should just fix this, right? And we take our phone and we start apologizing, or if we start doing certain things, which is our fight and flight response, right? Racing thoughts, we're constantly overthinking and we are going into that spirals of overthinking. And if you have experienced these physical symptoms, what we are going to do is going to absolutely help you all. Okay, so if you are overthinking, there is restlessness, anxiety, inability to settle, there is tightness in your chest, shallow breathing, these exercises that I'm going to share with you today, the tools that I'm going to share with you today are going to absolutely help you. Okay, now understand this, we are in the space of, we have intellectualized everything so much, right? We want to understand the reason behind our wound, we want to understand the reason behind why are we stuck so much and we are not able to be consistent in our life. We want to be able to intellectualize every single pattern that we experience. But you know what, it's not about intellectual healing. Okay, healing at an intellectual level is not enough, right? Just by doing the affirmations, or just by saying to yourself that I'm good enough is not enough. Your body should remember, your body should start recognizing the patterns and realigning those patterns, right? You may have read the books, identified your triggers, understood the childhood wounds as well, but until and unless you come out of that intellectual thing, you will still feel triggered. You will still go back into that own loop of patterns, right? You will still reach out for that phone and you will still spiral. Okay, so understand this, that your patterns are valuable. Okay, whatever you understand, it's at an intellectual level. After that, it has to move into your soma field, right? Soma field. So inner matrix is your intellectual or your inner game, right? Your inner child healing, or your internal healing that we do. But at the same time, the soma field, the somatic also, the somatic work also needs to happen. Somatic and nervous system work, they actually bridge the gap between knowing and feeling safe. So many of my students, they come to me that, you know what, Apurva, I'm aware of all my patterns, but I don't know how to dissolve them. Then this is the place that you need to be. Okay, this is the place. And if you are not yet my student, if you're not yet learning from me, please register for my program, and that is where I get to help you personally. I get to help you, regulate your nervous system so that you can come out of whatever stuckness you are experiencing right now in your life, right? Awareness definitely opens up the door, but regulation actually walks you out, right? So let's understand what are these tools and how can it help you. Okay, so tool number one, what I want to share here is I am safe now regulation. Okay. So I want you to do this with me. Okay. Find a comfortable seat. Just be comfortable with your, wherever you're sitting, just be comfortable. Allow your body to settle. Let your shoulders drop. Let's just be present. Take a deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. Take one more deep breath in with me. And exhale through your mouth. Beautiful. Now place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Like yesterday we did, today also we are going to do some processes, okay? Feel the warmth of your own touch. Keep your eyes closed. Feel the warmth of your own touch. Inhale for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for 6 counts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right now you have to do this. No one is leaving you. Right now, you're safe. Say, I am safe in this moment. I am safe in this moment. I am safe in this moment. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. See your nervous system getting completely relaxed. See your vagus nerve getting completely relaxed. All right, this is a profound practice. It directly sends a signal of safety to your nervous system that has been in survival mode for years, right? It only takes 2 minutes, 2 minutes of your work every single day, okay? The second tool that I want to share with you, when we are in this anxious attachment, we try to, fix things, right? We try to fix things, and there is an urge to maybe find the solution, maybe fix the problem, right? And in that urge, what we do is we take our phone, we start scrolling through, we start, apologizing, you start messaging to people. Understand this, that in that moment you need to check yourself, okay? The step number one, whenever you get this urge, this anxious urge to text, to check or seek that reassurance from someone, it is not a command you must obey, right? Understanding that it's not a command that you must obey, it's a wave. And like all waves, it rises and peaks and passes, right? So urge surfing teaches you to ride it without acting on it. Okay. So what is the first step that you need to take? I hope you're making a lot of notes, okay? The first step that you need to take is notice the sensation that you feel in your body. Quickly do a body scan. Where exactly in my body am I feeling this anxiety rush, right? This urge that I'm feeling right now. Where exactly in my body am I feeling it, right? If it's heart palpitation going on, so let me just focus on my heart, right? Now name that feeling clearly. Whether it is feeling of sadness, whether it is feeling of abandonment, whether it is feeling or emotion of, I don't know what will happen, right? Then what you need to do is you need to start breathing until that urge passes. So it can take 5 minutes to 10 minutes, okay? Until, that urge passes on We want to be able to keep breathing deeply, because this urge is not the truth. It is not your truth. It's a survival memory. Understand this, that it is a survival memory. It is very important. And I want you to also understand that you're not in danger, right? You're not in danger. Your past is speaking. Your past is telling you that, maybe this in the past this has happened. Maybe even today it may happen, right? It's not your present self. So when you are trying to shift your identity, these tools are going to help you to truly sail through this. Okay. The next tool that I want to share with you is, it's something which is very close to my heart. Something that I do with my students is inner child reparenting, right? Because that's very important. When you operate from your past, you don't know what is in your present, what is in your future, right? You're constantly operating from your past. Somewhere inside you, a younger version of yourself is still waiting, still hoping that someone will notice me. And when that happens is when that happens, we feel so lonely in the journey, right? Still trying to be enough, right? This practice is an act of coming home to your child, just finally offering what they needed the most for so long, right? Understanding their needs. So what I want you to do is just, like for a few seconds, just close your eyes, imagine your younger self waiting, wanting attention, wanting someone to say. See them clearly, their age, their expression, what they were waiting for. Let yourself feel that compassion for them, that love for them, and speak the words they needed. It may be, I'm here now. I see you. I love you. I will never abandon you. You don't have to chase love anymore. Allow these words to land. Allow these words to land. Beautiful. Now you can gently open your eyes and let me share with you tool number 4. I hope you're making notes. Tool number 4 is anchor safety in the body. Meaning, when anxiety spikes, the mind races into worst case scenarios. Yes or no? Right? When anxiety spikes, oh my God, this will happen, that will happen. Now, grounding practices interrupt this thought, this spiral, by redirecting attention to the present moment. You come back to your present moment through physical sensation. Yes, through your body, to your body. You come back to your body, right? So, uh, I want you to place your feet flat on the ground. Press them firmly in the floor. Just feel the solidity beneath you. This is real. You are here, right? Just breathe out longer than you breathe in, meaning 4 is to 8, 4 is to 12. You can do inhale 4 times, exhale 12 times. Look around the room. See what happens when we are in fight or flight or freeze response, which is our nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system response. What happens is we are fixated on one thing, right? When we are in our fight or flight or freeze response, we are just seeing at that one problem in our life. And we are not able to see the beauty of everything around us. So what I want you to do is, when you are fixated on that problem, just look around, just observe. Let the regulation happen through the external spaces, external objects that are there around you, right? So that is how you physically ground yourself, physically tell yourself that I am safe in this particular moment, right? One last thing that I would like to share with you is the relationship shift. Okay. Now, most of the times, it's always, right? The anxious attachment is exhibited with our loved ones, right? So healing this anxious attachment is not about becoming less, or it's not about becoming less emotional or less loving. It's about upgrading the identity you bring into the relationships, right? What kind of identity do you bring in your relationships? Is it that I fear that someone will leave me, right? From someone who needs to be chosen to someone who consciously chooses for themselves. That is the identity shift that I want you to bring in, right? So what is going to be the old story which you kept telling yourself up until now? Will they stay? Do they love me enough? What did I do wrong? Right? Why aren't they responding? Now, my question to you is, let's create a new story. Okay, what is this new story going to look like? Do I feel safe and respected here? Is the question that I want you to ask yourself, and change that identity, bring that identity shift. In this particular relationship, do I feel safe and respected? Is this relationship aligned for me? Right? Am I choosing this from wholeness or from the fear? Right? What do I actually need right now? These are the questions, or these are the new story that you're going to tell yourself while being in that relationship, and you're going to ask yourself to hold yourself to a standard, because um, it's very important for us to um heal these aspects of our life, because if not for healing our aspects, we will continue repeating these patterns, these anxious attachment patterns in our life, and we'll keep on attracting similar kind of relationships where people are emotionally unavailable to us, and we keep on seeking their love. And I've seen so many of my students say that, Apurva, I went from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, and every single time it was a narcissist relationship. Either the person was a narcissist, or the person was emotionally unavailable. It Why does it happen to me always? And when they are able to look through, when they are able to build that confidence in themselves, when they are able to work through these, calming their nervous system, that is when they truly honor themselves, and that is when they start attracting. So many of my students have attracted better relationships, better career, better bosses in their life. And that is the power of working on your own inner child. That is the power on working on your nervous system regulation, right? So healing anxious attachment is not about becoming less emotional. It is about becoming self-secure. You are secure in your own self, right? You do not need anybody else. So that is what I wanted to share with you all today. I hope this video helped you. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead, subscribe to my channel, because that's where I meet you all. I get to meet you all. And every single time I go live, definitely you will be notified, and you'll be able to learn. And now I want you to share with me, as after I end this live, I want you to share with me what have been your greatest learnings of this. What is it that you learned, right? Just let me know in the comments, so that even I get to know what is it that you learned, right? So with that, thank you so much for listening to me till the end. And I'm going to meet you again tomorrow with yet another topic. So please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, so that you know which topic we are going to learn tomorrow. Okay. So see you all soon. Bye bye for now.